Irish soda bread is a fantastic quick bread that can be made in a hurry and on your table in about an hour. It is fantastic for sopping up the gravy of a beautiful Irish lamb stew, great with one of your favorite cheeses for dipping into your mug of coffee or tea. It's great having along with a dark beer to end the evening. Oftentimes when we are limited in our resources, that's what breeds people's creativity. This all started when Native Americans discovered the use of potash, which was derived from burnt wood and became the precursor to baking soda. This also allowed the creation of many different kinds of quick breads. In early 1800s Ireland, before the importation of flour, local Irish soft wheat didn't work ideally with yeast. Well, enter baking soda, which worked well with the local soft wheat to produce a quick bread. Now, a true Irish soda bread is a minimalist classic in that it has only 4 ingredients. Now, before we bring in the liquid, what I want to do is take the dry ingredients and stir them together so that they're mixed well. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of a depression in the middle of the flour. Now, before I work with my hands, I'm just going to get it started with a little spatula. Now, there are no hard and fast rules to this, but typically in Irish soda bread, you're going to be using a lower gluten flour, so you're not going to use bread flour. At the same time, depending on the kind of flour you're using, the hydration may work differently. So have a little bit of extra liquid and a little bit of extra flour on hand. If you need to add a little bit more of one or both ingredients, then you can. All right, let's get messy. Now, Irish soda bread is really a no-knead bread. The only reason we're working with our hands here is to just form the loaf. You know what this smell reminds me of is preparing buttermilk fried chicken. Okay, so you're gonna notice that this is still a little bit dry and flaky. You want to have a slightly wet dough that's gonna form easily, but without crumbling and breaking off. And so what I'm gonna do is just add a little bit more buttermilk. And you wanna be doing this in incremental steps. You don't wanna go overboard and then have it be too wet. Dust your hand with a little bit of flour. Just kind of work it and get a slightly dry exterior. Now, here's the thing about soda bread. It's a very rustic, simple, easy to put together bread. It's not something you had to be a crazy perfectionist about. By the time the oven is warmed up, you can have it ready to go. If we're doing a true traditional soda bread, we can cook it in a cast iron pan. I'm just gonna lightly dust the pan with some flour. I'm gonna take this loaf, I'm gonna transfer it. So there's some superstitions about how they score the bread, but really it's born out of a practical reason. And what we're doing is you wanna cut into the bread and create a cross or a plus sign. What that's really going to allow it to do is it's going to open up a little bit and allow the center to cook properly. And soda bread is a great bread to add different ingredients to customize the kind of flavors that you want. We're going to add in our cheese and ham and mix it up. So now the second loaf is non-traditional, so we can do whatever we want. So if you really like that extra golden brown crust, what you can do is apply an egg wash. Take either a whole egg, or if you want it even darker, apply just a yolk, beat it, and then we can brush it on. Now we're gonna repeat the process, and we're gonna create that cross cut. We are ready to go to the oven. Oh yeah.